wife. It says in verse 8, which he had been there a long time, ability of business, looked up the window and saw Isaac laughing with Rebekah and his wife. Ginagawa ng mag-asawa. Intimate touching each other. And so the king knew that he told a lie. Okay, verse 9. So Abimelech called Isaac and said, behold, she is your wife. How then would you say, this is my sister? Isaac said to him, because I thought lest I die because of her. Abimelech said, what is this you have done to us? What do the people like? Easily have slain your wife, and you have brought guilt upon us. So Abimelech warned the people, saying, whoever touches this man from his wife shall surely be put to death. Now, if you are God's children, maybe is there something wrong in here? Is it that God's children, when they do wrong, they are still protected? That is grace. But that is not a guarantee that we go on sinning. But here, because it's covered with grace, this man who called a lie, Isaac called a lie, yet God protected him. Because that is the covenant of grace. There next is. And Isaac, in the place, and Isaac sowed in that land, he reaped the same year, 100-fold. In verse 13, and the man becomes so rich and gained more and more until he became wealthy. And he had positions of flocks and herds and many servants that Philistines invaded him. Now, please notice this. That was the time when there was famine, right? There was no change of time yet. It was famine. But when the Lord instructed Isaac and he obeyed the Lord, though he didn't sing, yet he was covered because of grace. He planted, he sowed seeds during the time of famine. The people around him, his neighbor, envied him because they saw what was the prosperity, the success of Isaac. Did you notice that? He planted and there was harvest that was so plenteous. This was not a spiritual. Usually sometimes understand that the spirituality, sabi nila, you'll be prospering spiritually. Only, no. Why is it that the neighbors envy him? Hindi ka spiritual only. Maybe the blessing, the prosperity started inside and it went outside. Wow. That's why the neighbor saw that. And the verse tells us, and the neighbor envied him. Tingala sila. He did not bring down to Egypt. He stayed and trusted the Lord. And he's planted on. Now, notice this. Alam niyo, ang farming, ang pinakamalapit na occupations ng Lord. That is the chosen. Because in farming, you have to trust the Lord. Hindi na sa tapat kasama niya sa stock market. Usually, yung ganyan ginagawa ng mga mayaman. Binabantay nila ang stock market. Pag mag-increase ang share, lagyan nila. Pag mag-liit, magbilis na. Tumaas ka, income sila. Gain sila. That is not the way God actually has His heart on it. His heart is on farming. Malapit yan. Because it is in farming. Notice in farming, it's famine. No rain. Yet Isaac planted, and when he planted, he has faith that the seed will germinate. You see? It is telling us there is something faith in here. Trusting the Lord. I will be planting something no matter there's no clouds. I plant something and I will trust the Lord to prosper me. There is advantage of, even though it's famine for the children of the Lord. As long as you demonstrate your trust, your faith in Him. So tingnan mo dyan ang nangyari. The man began to prosper and continued. Hindi lang nag-prosper. The man began to prosper and continued to prosper and to prosper until he became very, very prosperous. Ano ito man? Secret will studying the New Testament, it could happen to you and to me, starting as a student. Meditating God's Word is the secret. And so it is here, verse 14. The reason why the verse telling us, he began to prosper and continued on prospering, and very, very prosperous. Ano na sa New Testament? 30-fold, 60-fold, 100-fold. Kita nila? That is the parallel. If you live your life for the Lord, you will harvest, you will reap 30, 60, 100. So sa Old Testament niya, you will prosper, you will keep on prospering, and you will become prosperous. No more place to put your prosperity. Wala ka na lagyan ng awas na. So in verse 14, for he had positions of flocks, positions of earth, so mga cows, different kinds of animals, great number of servants. Kasi kung may mga sheep, mga baka, kailangan mo ng take care, right? And then, so the Philistines, hindi sila kay Isaac. No? What are we talking here? We are talking about the title, how to make famine our advantage. God has designed that. It's designed that Christians, those who believe in Him, will prosper. And even though there will be a set arrow from Satan to send famine, natural calamity, yet that calamity, God could turn it and use it for a blessing to you and to me. And so the Philistines indeed came. So, una sabi ko, hindi to spiritual prosperity only. Marami siyang narinig natin ngayon, nga po may mga princess of prosperity. It starts spirit lang na. In-bless na siya, although hindi mo makita ko, diripon ka na siya, wala ka sa bahay, wala ka sa sasakyan, wala ka sa property. But here, you cannot rule it out that it is spiritual prosperity because the Philistines, who don't know about spiritual things, could see the prosperity of Isaac, so they can live it. So this is the divine rule. Number one, the system of sowing and reaping tells us it's fully dependent upon God. Mga pinakamalapit. Mariwala sa mga isla, when you go out fishing, you have to depend upon God. Of course, there are techniques. And then in Genesis 6:14, he did not went to Egypt. He let God protected him, and the Lord blessed him that the devil does not want to let him sow because there was famine. Ang mga farmer ba? Ang mga farmer na experience, they have the patience. They may look up to heaven and say, there's no cloud, it's so hot. Why should I plant? But that was not the case with Isaac. Because it demonstrates faith to the core of your heart. You believe it upon God, you trust Him that even if there's no cloud, there's no promise of rain. Wala sila ng cloud seeding, wala sa earth para lagyan ng asin, para ng cloud. That was ancient yet. There's no scientific knowledge for that. Yet Isaac planted, and it tells us this is dependence upon the Lord. Our prosperity is actually dependence upon the Lord, and that is the result of meditating or living closer to the Lord. The question is always, are you meditating? Do you have a long time with God? What is meditation? Sabi ko kanina, that is not only hearing, Pastor, kumatik ako sa radio mo? Pastor, kumaminaw ako sa simbahan? Mapunta ka sa simbahan, wala ka. Sulit ka lang. You will only retain 20%. But we believe that when you hear Sunday school and teachings here, record it and keep on sharing it. Alam mo kung mag-share kayo, what happens? Ako may mga jokes ako na ginisave ko. If I will not use it, mawala na siya. Do you experience that? Things that you will not use, purul. But a pen and instrument that has been shared and used for the Lord, that's it. So yun ang paminawan nyo. You look for a man this afternoon and share what you have heard from him. And you'll become a disciple. You are from your room. Later on, it will also lead you that you will share. You go back to your notes and you study. And then you will pay another 20, 40, 60. And then you will also experience that. As a pull-up, I will meditate. You will become like me. You will not become a fixer. And you will not become a missionary. You will not become a disciple that is faithful teaching God's word. That's the result of meditation. But it means private time with the Lord. Do you have a personal time with the Lord? Alone with God. Do you have that? Question. If you want to grow, if you want to become prosperous in the Lord, you must have a silent time with God. How long is it, Pastor? How long is your silent time with the Lord? Now the world is so busy and so noisy, you will become so crazy. But there is rest when you have time alone with God. Kundi may kumiting na siya na lesson